From the white sands of Eden Beach to the hidden trails and remote coastlines, we're taking you with us as we explore the entire island of Koh Rong Sanloem. In this vlog, we're diving into it all, what it's really like trekking through the island jungle paths, the surprising and slightly terrifying discovery of a possible minefield, and of course, catching what's said to be one of the best sunsets on the island at Lazy Beach. It's honest, unfiltered and super helpful if you're planning to explore both sides of the island yourself, so let's get into it. Good morning Cambodia, and hello from Sara Resort on Koh Rong Sanloem. We have woken up this morning and about to head down for breakfast, but later on in the vlog what we're looking forward to doing is going across to the other side of the island to explore Lazy Beach, which is meant to have a really good snorkeling location and also a great viewpoint for the sunset. But for most of the day we're going to be relaxing on the opposite side of the island on Eden Beach, and then hopefully this evening we're going to be watching some live music or a cultural performance while enjoying our food on the beach. We've just got down to the pool area and we're in pretty much the exact same beds which we had yesterday, but unfortunately the beds over there had already been taken, so I wanted one of those because there's plug sockets, so what I could do is some video editing whilst relaxing by the pool, but unfortunately they've all been reserved, and I reckon a couple of them have been reserved from fairly early too, so it's a bit annoying. But now it is time for breakfast whilst we have the views of Eden Beach. Just finished breakfast, headed down to the pool area and put our sun cream on, but it looks amazing again today. It's not quite as warm, which is quite nice to be honest. There's actually a group of people over there playing bulls too, and there's a funny story to that. So in Mexico, when we went on holiday to Mexico with our friends, it was like my family, our friend's family and two other families, and there was like this Russian team and they were taking it really seriously, and then we took them on in the final, so we managed to get through the first round. And so did this Russian team, so we took them on in the final and then managed to win. They were like not happy that we won this game. It was really funny. My mum got like the winning shot even though she wasn't the best, so it was really funny. But we're now just going to chill out, head off in the pool, and then later on take a look at the beach. We've managed to get ourselves in one of the booths, which is quite nice, so we're now sat on the opposite side of the pool, but the food has just arrived. So Beth ordered some lunch, which is tofu tacos, I think. So tofu tacos, which look really nice, so we'll give them a try. Right, so let's give it a try and see what we think. That's really nice actually. Got lots of flavour to it. Not too spicy either, which is good news. But the only thing I would change is the amount of flies around here, because for some reason there's loads of flies just flying around and they keep landing on you as well. They're very confident, so that's a little bit annoying. But we're now just going to finish the food off and then head over to the beach. So the beach we are coming down to now is called Eden Beach, and this is the beach which is basically right by our resort and a lot of other resorts too, which we've seen as we've been walking down, but it is beautiful. And if you've seen the other two vlogs, I spoke about it loads. Warm water, white sands, nothing really more you can ask for. Just looking at this pier though, you can see that this one's definitely had much better days. It's basically fallen apart, but there is one right behind it, which is the main pier, which we got called, I think it's called Eden Pier as well. So we got that pier to get to our hotel, but there's actually two other stops beforehand on this island to get to the other beaches. So this is the pier which we got off from, and then these little boats here are called taxi boats, and they basically take you to your hotel, which is quite cool when you have to do that, because you have to just walk out into the water with your bags. The guy will come and basically take it off you and make sure that you don't drop your bag in the water. But right opposite the pier there is the Eden Resort. Got loads of nice bars and restaurants too, so you can stop off down here as well. It's out about a 2-minute, maybe 5-minute walk from our hotel. So yeah, really nice stuff. What is quite good too is that our hotel, you can actually stay by the pool all day for just $10. So if you did actually want to stay somewhere else for like a budget option, because there's actually a hostel right next to us, then you can actually stay in there and then come across to our pool for the day, and then you might save quite a bit of money by doing that. But we're staying in the actual Sara Resort hotel. It has got really nice budget rooms which are just over £60, but I'm sure you could probably get much cheaper in the other resorts around here. But there's plenty of different resorts to choose from too. It's not just one or two. This one's got loads of cool sunbeds outside And then there's also canoes and stuff which you can actually take into the water, and we get them for free with our hotel, so I'm sure other hotels will do that too. Beth just reminded me, actually, the $10 that you pay for the beds you actually get as a bar tab too, so you can buy food and drink with that $10, which is quite good. So you're not actually technically spending any money on staying by the pool all day, because you're just spending it on the food and drink instead. These rooms are quite cool. They're sort of like bungalows that are on the beach. I'm guessing you get your own bungalow and then you can just come outside and sunbathe for the day, which is quite nice. As you come further down, it's a lot more shelly and stony, so a little bit harsher on foot, but there are some cool shells. Beth just found a really nice one, which is there. So we might take one back with us as like a souvenir. These tractors here transport people and luggage around the island. They don't have any like cars, tuk-tuks, bikes. I was saying this the other day, and so that's why it's just so quiet here, which is lovely, apart from the odd tractor which goes past, or the boat which is dropping people off. But we've now reached the end of this side of the beach. Obviously the opposite side is all the way over there, but it was literally a 10-minute walk, would you say, Beth? About 10 minutes? Yeah. About a 10-minute walk to one side from the Sara Resort, and then it's probably about 20 minutes going the other way, but we're not going to go all the way the other way because that was in the other vlog, so if you do want to see that, you can go check out yesterday's vlog. But instead we're going to have a quick swim and then head off into Lazy Beach, which is on the opposite side of the island, so we're going to be walking through the jungle, which will be pretty cool. So maybe I'll see some of these holes. I don't know what they're made by, but they look like crabs. So if we go a little bit closer over here, they move rapidly. See, I don't know whether you saw that, but he just ran straight inside. I've got some better footage which Beth managed to get, so I'll make sure to pin that on here. One thing I have noticed with the island is that they actually burn a lot of plastic, so you'll see like piles of leaves, and underneath those leaves is like plastic, which can't be good for them. But I was trying to think about like where all the waste actually goes from this island, whether they transport it back to Cambodia and dispose of it there, or whether they do just burn all the waste. Someone will have to let me know down in the comments if you know the answer to that one. What's also useful to know is that there are two supermarkets on the island. So there's one here which is on the right side of Sara Resort, and then there's one on the other side of Sara Resort. So the one on the right side is twice as expensive as the one on the left, so definitely go to the one on the left hand side. So there is a little side road just next to Sara Resort, and that is the route that we're going to be taking to get to the other side, which is Lazy Bridge. So this is just a straight road all the way there. However, we're going to take a nicer jungle route. So halfway down here you should be able to turn left into a jungle, and then you can walk through there rather than walking on the main road the whole way. It feels like one of those games where you've got to pick the right direction. If you don't, then you'll end up in death. But watch where this car goes, because the car's going to go down the main road, and that's gone to the right. So I think if we go off to the left, we should be okay. But we'll have to see. It's turned into like a red sort of dirt path now, rather than sand. So not quite as nice. And I guess it's going to be quite deserted now. It's not going to be anywhere where you can buy food or drink until we get to Lazy Beach. So this walk should take us about 25 minutes in total. So I'll time it and see how long it does take us to actually walk this route. There's other walks too, which I actually spoke about in yesterday's vlog, but I'll repeat them again. So there's an hour and a half walk, which you can do. You need trainers because it's quite rocky, and that takes you up to the lighthouse. So you get a view of the whole island from the lighthouse. It's $1 if you do want to go up to the top of the lighthouse, and then you have to climb a ladder. So it's not like a spiral staircase to the top. You have to climb a ladder, but there's a guy that maintains it who asks for the $1. There is also meant to be a walk to Sunset Beach. I'll show you on the map here, and this walk's meant to be really difficult. So it's almost like pulling yourself up the rock, just like rope to help you go up and stuff. So you can do that one if you want to. If you're a person that loves adventure and loves hiking and stuff, you can do that one, but we're not going to be doing that. So we've now come to another crossroads. Now it actually says on this sign, Sunset Beach. Now that is not the beach that we want to be going to. However, a guy in the tractor just drove past, thankfully, and we asked him and said, yeah, this is the right way. But now we've got to make the decision of either taking the main road route, which you can take this way, which isn't quite as nice, or what was called the jungle route, which is, by the looks of it, this way, but that's got very long grass and stuff, so could get bitten loads, I'm not too sure. But we'll have to see which one we're going to go for. Beth's just walking off, don't know what she's doing. We found another left-hand turn, so if you come in this direction, there is a left-hand turn here, so you're going to be coming from there, down to here, and apparently there's no sign, so you just got to turn left to go down here and take the jungle route, which is what we're going to be doing. So Lazy Beach isn't quite as good a sunset, obviously, as Sunset Beach. However, there are meant to be loads of fish and other sea animals there, which you can see, which is quite cool. So we'll try and take the GoPro in and see whether we can see any of those. But if you do want the best sunset, you go to Sunset Beach. But like I said before, it's got the hardest of the treks. The jungle route also has lots of trees, which are like tree canopies, so you're not going to get burnt, which is also another perk of taking this route rather than the main road, which doesn't have that. You'll walk through like a little village and see a sign here which is in a completely different language, so then you've got to turn right and head your way up there. So don't go that way, that is the wrong way. You're going to be going up this way. And it's funny because the guy made it sound just so simple, but it's definitely not so simple. We're hopefully not going to miss the sunset, so we're going to have to start picking up the pace to make sure that we get to see it. We then came up here and are heading our way down to the forest section. So there's like some sort of building work going on here. I feel like this could be a pretty useful video if we manage to actually get there, because the route is not that easy. So he made it sound like, oh yeah, you just turn left, then turn right and you'll get there. I've been given this map, which I've been showing you, and it looks really simple, but it's not that simple. There's loads of different ways to get there, so we're just gonna wing it and hope for the best, basically. Oh, and finally there's a sign. It's looking good. Lazy Beach this way, so let's follow that. So we found another sign that actually says that the lighthouse takes an hour and a half from here, so we definitely won't be going that way. But there is a snorkeling area and the viewpoint, which is actually on the left-hand turn here. So if you want to go to the viewpoint, it's that way. And then I believe as you go a little bit higher up, there must be another turning for the actual Lazy Beach. So at this junction, you can either go right to Sunset Beach or go left to Lazy Beach. So we're going to be going left, and then you'll get to another sign which says Lazy Beach on this tree. And you've got to head over like this crookedy bridge, which will take us into the jungle and hopefully through to the Lazy Beach. So we've just seen on the other side it says Danger Mines, and it's got a few red stakes in there. So I don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know whether someone's just joking around, but it's a bit of a sick joke if they are. We've come to the end of the forest bit and turned right now, and we're heading our way up this way. It can't be far now. Now I'm going to walk down this bit back onto this bit of track here, and then to the Lazy Beach. And we have made it to the Lazy Beach. It looks beautiful again, but the sand's not quite as white as it was on the other side. It's a bit more like grey yellow, so I wouldn't say that's quite as pretty, but look at that, it looks amazing. Again, some cool little huts as well. So if I show you on this left hand side, there's a hut just through there where someone must live, so that's really cool. So I don't know whether they get to see the sunset every night, but it's a lot less people here, as you can see. No one's really come down. I thought there'd be more people coming for the sunset, but maybe I am wrong. Also, big crab there, big hermit crab. Don't know whether you can see that, but we're hoping to see the sunset go down very shortly. One thing we have noticed is that this beach isn't as clean. As you can see, all the plastic which is washed up on the side of the water here, but on the other side we actually noticed some people from like the different hotels which are actually cleaning up the sand for us, which was nice. So yeah, important not to use plastic. Found another pier here, so we're going to leave our stuff and then go for a quick swim, but this water doesn't look quite as inviting. It's a bit dirtier. I don't know whether there's like loads of stones in there too. There's a cool little resort though on the side just over there, and then the sun has gone behind the clouds, so we may not ever get a good sunset. So we're just sat on the beach now, and there's, like, as you can see in the background, a little bar behind us if you do want to go into there. And they've actually got Wi-Fi there too, so that's quite good. But the sun is beginning to set. We thought it was going to look a bit disappointing, but actually it's starting to get better. So we'll have to see in a few minutes once it's dropped fully whether it will be a good sunset or not, but I will let you know. I think we're going to walk back a different route. We're going to take the main road route instead because the other route just seems a little bit sketchy, so we may have gone wrong there too. So it's going to take the much easier route, fingers crossed. I also decided against flying the drone because it is quite windy here. The waves are a lot choppier than they are on the other side of the island. I don't know if you can see that on the pier, but one of the stilts is actually moving. So that one there, keep an eye on it, see it's going back and forward. I wouldn't want to be the people that are on that pier. Imagine if that just dropped all of a sudden, that'd be a nightmare. What's really funny is this dog's called Jenny, and Jenny's usually on the other side of the island, but she knows her way around the whole island. So she's come across to this side and she just bathes in the sea all the time. She loves it. She might sit down in a minute. But it is so cute. But there you go. She just sits down in there to cool off. And then she's on her way again. There she goes. Sunset's not looking amazing. It's not gone down fully yet though, so there's still hope. And the sun has now set. How disappointing is that? We walked a whole 25 minutes to get here, almost got blown up by mines, a crookedy pier and a rough beach. All of that for nothing. But to be honest, if the weather was a bit better, then maybe the sunset would look really good from this side, much better than our side. But unfortunately the weather's not that great today, so it's not looking good. But we're glad that we're staying at Sara Resort, because I don't think the beach is quite as nice here. There's a bit too much plastic on the beach, it's a bit rough too, and then the sand's just not quite as nice as it is on the other side either. So Sara Resort side, definitely stay over there. So this is the bar on the lazy beach. Looks quite a cute bar to be fair, so if you want to try out there and get a couple of drinks you can do. But we're now going to head back to the hotel via the road route. That is the route we took previously where it said about the mines, so instead we're going to be following everyone else and going this way. And there we go, so we have made it back to the hotel in one piece. It was about the same sort of time taking the main road route. To be honest, we took pretty much the full route on the main road, but there was just that one bit where the mines were, where we did differently to everyone else. So just follow the main road at that section and you'll be fine. Quick shower, quick change, smelling good again rather than sweaty. My legs have chafed loads. Never walk in swimming shorts if you chafe, because my legs are red raw now. But we are changed, smelling good, and heading down to the bar now where we're going to go and get some food. Apparently there's live music at 6:30, so it should be playing right now, so let's get going. On the way back we also visited a stall, and Beth actually bought herself one of these bracelets, which is really nice. Well, anklets actually, not bracelets, isn't it? And that cost us $5, so she didn't actually barter for it, but to be fair, the guy was really nice, so we thought, why not? The food has arrived and our beer. We're on our second one already. $1 beers, say it every day. Beautiful. We've got the pulled pork burger today, which looks really tasty, so we'll give it a try in just a second. Beth's got some spring rolls and she's also got some tofu fried rice. All looks lovely, but let's give our burger a try. So a barbecue pulled pork burger. It's my favourite burger, so it better be good. Not the best burger I've had, but it's definitely one of the nicest ones I've had so far on the trip. So I'm very happy that I ordered that. As you can hear in the background, there is some live music going on right now. He has been playing some bangers, and then all of a sudden when I start to record, he's gone for a Cambodian special song, which is basically like Romeo and Juliet, is how he described it. So not the best one for while the vlog is on, but oh well. Thunder and lightning out there too, so hopefully we'll go out and see that later on. But it's not actually on the island, but it's on somewhere else. But you can actually see it from here, which is crazy. And hopefully we can get some good footage later. But we're going to enjoy our food now, and then I'll let you know what we think of it. Dessert has arrived, a passion fruit cheesecake. It looks delicious. They've got loads of other desserts too, which look just as good, but we've gone for the passion fruit cheesecake tonight. So let's give it a try. Try and get a bit of everything. Obviously not the chocolate heart, we'll leave that on there. Quite cold on the teeth actually, but that is really good. Probably one of the best passion fruit cheesecakes I've had. It tastes fresh, like the passion fruit just tastes really fresh. And the only thing is though, I would have had the biscuit a little bit higher, because I love the biscuit bit too. But overall, I'd say that's really nice. The heavens has opened and now everyone is coming inside. You might be able to actually hear the thunder in the background. Look at that, the flash out there, then it's crazy. We'll have to get some footage of that.
You're holding it towards me.
And now we are back in the room. So that storm was crazy. They always come out of nowhere on an evening or in the morning, and you can hear it. But just seeing it just in the flesh is just unreal. Like the flashes that come out of it are ridiculous, and then it's all of a sudden a massive downpour. Everyone had to come in, like you saw in the previous video. But then thankfully they give you umbrellas. So at the hotel they were like, "Oh, here's an umbrella to take back to your room." So we could take it all the way back to here. So we managed to stay dry, which is good. But Beth was actually told by one of the ladies, I wasn't there, that you're not meant to, like if you accidentally take any of that water in from the storm, because it's out of stormy season, it shouldn't actually be storming right now, it can make you ill. So we were like, oh really? So we can't actually look it up right now why that's the case, because our Wi-Fi is down, which is a little bit annoying too. But everything just goes down when there's a storm like this. Wi-Fi, TV connection, just absolutely everything's just dropped. So we've not got any of that for the rest of the evening. As a summary though, I'd say the walk was worth it because it's just something different to do on the island. Like it's quite a small island, so there's not too much to do. But if you go and do that walk, it's just a little bit of fun. The sunset wasn't that great, but it's still nice to see the other side of the beach. But we have definitely made the right decision from staying on this side of the beach because the sand is much nicer and the water's not quite as rough. But if you did enjoy this vlog, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. We've got loads of vlogs out. Go and check out that playlist. You can basically see anywhere in Southeast Asia. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog.